This is Chazz Says Anything, episode 66. The last Chazz Says Anything indefinitely. And as you see on the bottom of my screen, the last Chazz Said Anything, rest in peace, Steve Fasullo. I'll go to that a little bit. If you like what you see and like what you hear, you can click the subscribe button for the one last time on the bottom right hand corner. This is the last episode, and I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Since we've now passed, it's January 7th. This is the first and last show of 2025 for Chazz Says Anything. I will speak more about this at the end of the show, so stick with me. I'm going to try to go fast. I don't want to go too long. I want to make this seamless, and I want to make have everybody be able to watch this in a shorter pace. So I do want to talk about Steve Fasullo for a little bit. If you've seen my first episode, when it was Chazz and the DJ, many a year ago, I believe it was December 2022. Steve Fasullo came on my show. I had been texting with him back and forth that day, and I know Steve through bowling. We were bowling in the same league for a couple of years at Strathmore Lanes in Aberdeen, and he came on my show around 15 minutes in, and we just started talking whatever I talked about that day. Giants, Yankee offseason probably. I haven't looked at it since he passed away. But thankfully, and I posted this on his page, I don't know his girlfriend, the mother of his child. I unfortunately never got to know that her or the child, and the child that's going to grow up now without his or her father. I forget if it's a boy or girl. But he will be missed. I'm starting to tear up as we talk. Let me share this. It was on his page. It says he was born November 1st, 1987, died December 29th, 2024. Fill not your hearts with pain and sorrow, but remember me in every tomorrow. Sorry, guys. Remember the joy, the laughter, the smiles. I've only gone to rest for a while. Although my leaving causes pain and grief, my going has eased my hurt and given me relief. So dry your eyes and remember me, not as I am, but as I used to be, because I'll remember you all. And look on with a smile. Understand in your hearts, you've only gone to rest a while. As long as I have the love of you, I can live my life in the hearts of all of you. Sorry, guys. He was a good guy. Oh. I'm gonna keep it up until I get this. All right. Wow. Sorry, guys. That was tough to do. That really was. It will be missed. Steve, we'll see you soon. All right, we do have breaking news going into this. It just broke within the last few minutes. Let me put Facebook down for now. I don't need it killing my video. So, breaking news. Steve would appreciate this. Justin Verlander is now a San Francisco Giant. Sources say Jeff Passan and a few others. Let's check out the latest on whatever was written for this. And I crying on camera was not a thing I ever expected to do. That I do apologize if that tore you guys up too. So it says Justin Verlander and the Giants are in agreement to a 1-year, $15 million deal pending a physical. A source tells MLB.com's Mark Feinside. The club has not confirmed the move. Verlander, who turns 42 next month, is also 2 seasons removed from winning his third Cy Young in 2022. He signed as a free agent with the Mets. We all know that. The likely Hall of Famer, Verlander is a former MVP. Last year, he pitched 5.48 ERA over 15 starts. $50 million. Wow. You know what? Let's see how good the Giants are in a couple months. But yeah, so that's. I'm going to move that back. Don't want to talk about this at all. Sorry, this MLB, I need to pause it because it just doesn't listen when I'm doing these things. All right, we will start real quick with the confidence pool. Winners from week 17, Joe Fuentes, 262 points. He was 10 points away from perfection. Congratulations, Joe. And Mike Tice, second place, week 17. Week 18, the week we just went through. Confidence winners are Myron Love. That is his name, Myron Love, 226 points. And second place went to Andrew Fuentes, 222 points. You both will be paid sooner than later. There's a lot to pay out. That's why. Because this is why. So we had the confidence pool season standings ended at the end of the season. First place for the second year in a row, Larry Blumenthal, 3,382 points. Congratulations, Larry. That's and he I talked to him earlier today. He was getting a little scared when he thought Khadijah had 16 points on the Giants and the Eagles, and the Eagles won the game. But Andrew snuck up there. He only had 3 losses, and he was 20 points off, 33-62. So congratulations, Andrew, on a very, very tight season. And Larry, to his, when we were talking, he did mention, he's like, he was surprised how good he did when he didn't win a week. But that's the consistency of someone when they're in the top 10, they're in the top 5, and they stay consistent most of the time. They'll stay near the top at all times. I won twice this year. I ended up 7th because I had a couple bad weeks. It does happen. And then 4th place, Khadijah got 3rd place. She tumbled a little bit. There was, I think she had 5 or 6 losses. And I think Larry had about that same thing, and that's why he tumbled a little bit. But with Andrew's 3, it made it close. Khadijah was close to Andrew, only 4 points away. That's how tight that was. So 3rd to 2nd was 4 points. Mike Tice had a couple people behind him, including me, but I whittled at the end. 32-44 for Mike Tice. So congratulations to the top 4 players in the confidence pool for this year. Now also in there was a side pot for highest winning percentage. Larry got 1st place. Now in the confidence pool, you're not necessarily going to get 1st place in both percentage and points, for the simple fact that the percentage of your wins could be different than, like, let's say you get all the top ones right and you get like 1 through 5 wrong. That's 5 losses, but you might still do well with all the points you got. So that's how this works out. And then Khadijah's 2nd, only because Andrew didn't get in the side pot. So that's why. Andrew would have been 2nd if he had gotten to the side pot. But Khadijah does win with 192 wins, 2nd place, 70.6%. And if you could do 70% at all of picking games like that, you should be working for CBS or Fox. So Khadijah works at, I think, Merck now, or somewhere else. I don't know. Khadijah would have to tell me again. I think she's at Merck. She's down the street in Rahway. And Larry, I believe, is still a postman. Both of them could probably go and be sports analysts for any sports network. They're that good. Okay, and officially now, my 2025 NFL Playoff Bracket Challenge is open. There are currently 38 participants, quote-unquote, sheets. So I really have only about 20 22 or 23 players, but who have done multiple sheets, including myself. I have 2 sheets. I'm not going to announce my playoff winners now. In part because this is still going on. I don't really want to influence too many people. So we'll leave it at that. I'll you know what I'll do? I will tell you who I picked the first week. I can do that. I got a comment. Did somebody miss me? Oh, it's Laura. Hey, we winner. There you go, Laura. We interrupt Chazz Says Anything to give you a breaking weather news for your local weather. Potential snowstorm this weekend. Yes, it is definite. But according to my wife, and Laura, I will stop you there. Snow totals may not be the same if they go to the ocean. So it could be south by you, or it could be, I don't know, north of us. So I don't know which way. Maybe you could describe that for me. But Beth has told me that she thinks that it's 70% chance, at least us in Carteret, in the central part, are not getting anything. So trust me, we will stay aware. I will keep up. I will definitely be keeping up with all the weather because my body is making me keep up with the weather. Thank you, Laura, for that. I do appreciate that. So, again, if you're interested, email me, chazzroyalty@gmail.com. Actually, I know what I can do. I will go to this real quick. If anyone wants, there is my email right there, chazzroyalty@gmail.com. Okay, so if you want into this bracket, this playoff bracket, oops, that's not the right one. There we go. If you want into this playoff bracket, it's open on poolhost.com. All you need is the information to get on if you've never been on Poolhost before. If you have been on one of my pools, you already have the invite, and all you gotta do is click on and then say you want to be into this pool. That's all. That's all this is, and it's fun. It's interesting. You never know if yours is the best one. You don't know. Also, going on, my Super Bowl boxes, 20s, 10s, and 5s. I've already sold out on the 20 and the 5 in under 2 weeks of it being open. I have 2 new ones open, and I have a 10, which is 22 boxes remaining before I open a new one. I'm probably only going to do no more than 2. Once it's done, it's done. I don't think I can afford to do a third. That's a lot of money and paperwork, and I don't get tipped enough for that. So, but check your emails, check Facebook, check X, and other subsequent social media apps. I've put it up before where it's on Instagram, on Substack, on Threads, on you name it. If I'm on it, I'll try to put it up. All right, and then I'll check this out. This is still going on because there's 3 college games left. Okay, so we got 3 college games left in the College Football Challenge that I've been running. The current leader is Joey B. His 2 picks are doing very well right now. He's got 54 and 52 points. He can max at 55 for his Joey B2, but there's someone else that can max at 58 who is right behind them, and that's Christina Garcia. So Christina Garcia's got a shot, Joey B's got a shot, and I think that's it unless Notre Dame does win, and then Ralph, he might come out of the blue, although he's got 47, so I don't think Ralph at 47 is going to do anything. I could be wrong on that one. The one thing with these brackets is they don't give you the what ifs, so I don't know that. But Ralph is so far down, I don't think. Yeah, Christina's already beaten him with 48, 52, and 54. So yeah, I don't think Ralph can do it just from looking at the numbers. All right, let me get out of that. Let's go to Week 18 commentary, real quick. Let's go through the games, as they were. Ravens beating the Browns, no surprise there. That gave the Ravens the in for the playoffs. Bengals beating the Steelers. Very sad for the Steelers, and it was tight. 19-17. That was a close game. Very close game. So good for the Bengals to win that game. Unfortunately, it did not get them into the playoffs at 9-8. Panthers destroyed the Falcons and destroyed the Falcons' chances for being in the playoffs. Start today. If you're on, I see 3 people. I don't see start today. Maybe he's so disappointed that this is the last episode he's not watching. That's fine. But start today's Atlanta Falcons did not do well. I will say start today. You might want to check out the next podcast. I'm going to reference right now. We're going to be talking Atlanta. We're going to be talking Michael Penix. We're going to be talking Kirk Cousins. I guarantee it. So, and there's rumor that Kirk Cousins is going to be traded, and there's trolls that want Kirk Cousins on the Giants. I don't want that. Anyway, so that happened with that game. Commanders barely beat the Cowboys, and really it should have been bigger. It should have been a bigger win, but the Commanders, and they get into the playoffs. Bears beat the Packers. Packers are kind of walk their way in to the playoffs. Jaguars lose to the Colts, and something happened with the Jaguars recently. We'll talk about that. Bills lose to the Patriots. This game was a weird game because of what happened after the game. Okay, that was a very, very strange game. I forgot I gotta take these 2 out. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'll talk about that game in a little bit in the next segment. Giants they scored 2 touchdowns. Yeah, they didn't kick a field goal. They just missed an extra point, I think, or they went for a 2-point conversion, one or the other. Lost to the Eagles 20-13. We had that game where we could have won. What made us lose that game, and I've told this to Beth, and I've told this to other people, I've told this to people on social media. Dotson was the one who won the Eagles that game. It wasn't Mariota. Maybe you could put the defense in, and the Philly defense showed up to keep the Giants down enough. And so be it. They lost. Saints lose to the Buccaneers. Buccaneers get in. So Buccaneers, they needed that game. They won that game. Texans go into Tennessee. Knock out Tennessee. See, if Tennessee wins that game, Cleveland wins their game, the Giants get to the number 1 seed. That didn't happen. There was always hope. And for a while, those games were close enough that could have happened, but it didn't. 49ers got smoked by the Cardinals in a game that didn't matter at all. The Arizona Cardinals scored 47 points. I haven't even seen that feed yet. Like the Niners just they didn't show up. And let's talk about a team that didn't show up. Now they also got delayed in Kansas City to go to Denver because of the snowstorm we just had, or at least Laura had. We didn't have as much. We had a drop. What I think we had like an inch, maybe 2. Laura, you probably had about 6 to 8, if I'm correct, down in Ocean County or Atlantic County. I think you're in, not Ocean. The Broncos destroy the Chiefs 38-0. I mean, Carson Wentz couldn't do anything. That was just pathetic what Carson Wentz did. That gave the Chiefs their second loss, but that was kind of expected. Now, the Seahawks beat the Rams, and the Rams, both the Seahawks and the Rams are in the playoffs. I think. I thought I saw the Rams were in. The Rams limped in by losing, and then they don't. You'd think they'd have a good team. They just don't. Like, for whatever reason, they got Puka, they got Stafford, they got I'm forgetting the other wide receiver. They got enough firepower, but they just can't. They can't beat the Seahawks. They're not going to beat anybody else in the NFC. That's for sure. Especially at home. Last 3 games, we got the Chargers beat the Raiders. That game, big game on both sides. We'll talk about that with the Raiders. Dolphins lost to the Jets. And I know Tua was out. That was a last minute thing. I heard Tua was out, and the Jets just they figured out how to play at home. Go figure for one last game. And the Sunday night game of the week, was a bit of a laugher. The Lions won 31-9. Lions absolutely won that game. There's no doubt. You thought Minnesota won that game, but apparently not. All right, so let's go to the NFL playoffs. What do we have on the schedule? I'll tell you who I picked. Let's see. I think I can remember from just looking at this. Why is the cat meowing? Oh my god. Anyway. So at 4:30, the Chargers play the Texans. And they're at Houston. Another comment. I miss you, Start Today. We'll see if Start Today actually shows up. I don't know. I got 3 people watching. I'm not sure who's watching. Like I said, you guys who are watching, at least say hi to me. I can't tell who you are, and that's the problem with I don't know if it's StreamYard, I don't know if it's YouTube. So I apologize. I don't know who's actually watching me. So at least say hi, and let me know you're there, because Laura's the only one talking right now, and I appreciate that, Laura. Thank you. Anyway, so Los Angeles Chargers are at the Texans. Crap. Who did I pick? I'm pretty sure. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my. I have to go back to my picks. I apologize. I don't even remember who I picked. I've got so much going on right now with everything else. Once I put my picks down, I didn't remember what I did. Okay. Oh, 16 picks entered now. Good. So who actually got picked? Carlos. Good. Okay, let's go to my picks. View bracket. Okay, so the 4:30 game, like I said, is Minnesota and LA. I have Minnesota. Okay, yeah, that's pretty simple. No, wait. Oh, we're looking at AFC. See, I'm screwing myself up. AFC. Los Angeles at Houston. I have the Chargers beating Houston in Houston. And that would in turn have them facing Kansas City. Next, I have, let's see, the next game at 8 o'clock on Prime Video is Pittsburgh at Baltimore. I think I almost know who I picked there. Yeah, Baltimore over Pittsburgh. Okay, next game on Sunday, 1 o'clock on CBS and Paramount Plus, Denver at the Bills. I wanted to go one way, but I really think Buffalo's winning that game. I got Buffalo winning that game. And so that means that Buffalo will play Baltimore and Kansas City would play LA. Now we go to the NFC. The Packers at the Eagles. Well, for as good as the Packers are, the problem is now their quarterback's a little hurt, very possibly not going to play. Oh my God. How'd you get in here? Come here. Come here. Hold on. Let me get the cat. Lily, come here. Hold on, guys. Trying to get my cat. Come here. No, I want to show you. Come here. Oh, sorry, guys. So you must have got in. That's my cat. Say hi, Lily. Why is the door open? Say hi. You're on the last episode, Lily. You happy? No, you don't even care. She's looking at herself. That's how much she's doing. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. You gotta go. Anyway, that's gonna be the highlight right there. Okay, so I have, like I said, the 4 o'clock game, Green Bay at the Eagles. I have Philly winning that game. Commanders at the Bucks. That's the tough one. I went back and forth on that one. But ultimately, I got Washington winning that game over Tampa Bay. That's gonna be an interesting game, second game. Because I also have Minnesota beating the Rams. So Minnesota then would go to Philly, and Washington, being the lower seed, would go to Detroit. I got a Lily comment, I'm sure. Mike loves cats. Bucking Blue. There you are. Happy New Year, buddy. Anyway. Now I'm down to 2. I had 3. I don't know who that third person was. So I got Minnesota over LA. I got Philly over Green Bay. And I got Washington over Tampa Bay. I'm leaving it at that because I don't want to give away who my picks are down the road. Okay, I want everybody to actually have their own picks. I just want to say goodbye. Where we start today. Okay, Bucking Blue, you don't have to say goodbye. Okay, I'm going to tell you where I'm going, and you can follow. We had this discussion last week. Yeah, start today is ghosting. I agree, Laura. I think he's ghosting. Anyway, so that's my picks for the playoffs for this week. In the next podcast, I probably will be talking about the divisional playoffs and or conference championship by that point. Okay? Now, let me get out of office pool. Wild card. Let's talk a little bit about the news. 3 coaches lose their job after the season, and those that didn't. So, okay, well, why did this not go back to news? Latest. There we go. So, while this loads up, I'm going to have a little drink. Latest news. Why is that the first thing? Listen to this, guys. Now, this is interesting. Cowboys denied Bears permission to interview Mike McCarthy for head vacancy job. Number one, why would the Bears want Mike McCarthy? And number two, I'm a little surprised. That just tells me that Mike McCarthy's staying in Dallas. And in Dallas, I'm sorry that you're keeping him. I thought he would be gone, or at some point he'd be gone. He's not. 4 comments. Wow. Hi, Laura. Miss you guys. Bucking Blue. I'm sad. It's a wee Todd Ed. I don't know what that means. Bucking Blue, you gotta define that it's wee Todd Ed. I don't get that at all. Anyway, as you're talking, I will continue talking here. So 3 coaches. The latest one first, and in a bit of a shock. And Giants fans know this man very well. Antonio Pierce got fired by the Raiders after having a 4-13 season. And he lost his last game. This is, for me, as a fan, I truly don't understand how you fire a coach after 1 season. I get 2, I get 3, I get, and obviously more. But after 1 season, he's not barely done anything to solidify himself as the coach of that team. You didn't give him a chance. I think also, in part, this has more to do with Tom Brady, who is part of another team, who knows what he wants, is probably going to be part of the crew that gets a coach in there that Tom wants. And don't be surprised if it's not Mike Vrabel. But Mike Vrabel also might go to another place that is a possibility. He might go to New England, because the fact that he got that Gerard Mayo got canned was a bit of a shock. You win the game, you go 4-13. My initial thought, now I know I don't think that this is the case anymore. My initial thought was he got fired because he won the game, because they lost their higher pick. Now they're behind the Giants in number 4 or 5. They could be either 4 or 5. So that makes me think, that made me think that then. But after everything came out with the owner having the press conference and everything else, honestly, Jared Mayo may be lucky just to get out of Dodge while it is what it is. I don't think that owner, I think he's losing it. I don't think he knows what he wants. He might want Vrabel. Anyway, I hear the cat again. Anyway. So, why is the door open? Anyway, so Vrabel is the guy who wants in. 2 comments for people watching. Okay. Do you have a YouTube channel, Laura? Laura, I don't think has a YouTube channel. She comes on my show. She should probably get. I will miss Lily. Yeah, I don't think Lily's coming on to the new show. Okay. I'm going to say this once, Bucking Blue. This is the final time I'm going to say this. I have banners that I work through. I will get to what you just said soon. Don't get ahead of me. You're not my producer. It doesn't work that way. Let's stay focused on what I'm talking about. I have a banner for a reason. And Mike, if you're on, go off on Bucking Blue. But I'm telling you, I have banners for a reason. You've done this before. It's literally the last time. Yeah, I get it's the last time. But I have a banner that I go by. It's the last time on this show. Hold on a second. No, she's on the top. Of course she is. Anyway. Yeah. I'm not getting you off because I'm on my I'm on my podcast, cat. Anyway. What's a banner? What this says in front of you. 3 coaches who lost their job after the season and those that didn't. That's the banner. You don't pay attention, Bucking Blue. That's what it's been the entire time I've been doing this. It's the topics I have when I talk. Now, let's go to the one. There was another coach. Oh, the other coach that was fired was Peterson out of Jacksonville. So Peterson got fired. No surprise there. Who is the cat I just had before, dude? The cat was on the video. I'm not bringing her back on. She's actually above me right, or was above me right now. Lily's my cat. Leave it at that. So Doug Peterson got canned out of Jacksonville. No surprise there. That went by the wayside on Sunday night into Monday morning. The one coach that did not get fired. I know Laura has big opinions about this. Her husband Mike has big opinions about this. Half my Giant friends that have big opinions on this. I'm going to say this because I said this to Larry today when I talked to him. Brian Daboll and Joe Shane kept their job for one reason only. Because Mara wants to see them go through with a new quarterback, with a new running back, with a new offense. He thinks that they can do something. He's even admitted, yes, we won 9 wins, we won 6 wins, we won 3 wins, we're going backwards. He said this actually out loud. I don't like it necessarily either, but I also know what he thinks because I've been a fan of the team forever. I know how Mara works. I said this weeks ago, episodes ago, that he wasn't getting fired during the season. If you didn't want to believe me, that's fine. If you thought he should have, that's fine. But he wasn't going to because that's not how Mara is. Y'all need to start listening to me. I do tend to know what I'm talking about every once in a while. Yes, okay. Bucking Blue. Look up at what she said in the... Lily's the weather cat. That's funny. They better get a miracle quarterback. Yeah. Okay, I'll put that up. They better get a miracle quarterback. You're not wrong on that, Laura. You're not wrong. What we probably will do, and I'm going to talk about this for the next 3 months on the new podcast. What I'm going to say here, Lily didn't say anything. She meowed. Lily's a cat. Anyway, as I'm answering Laura, my answer is we should probably get a free agent quarterback. And we probably should draft Travis Hunter and another quarterback, either the kid from Georgia, kid from Mississippi State or Ole Miss, I think it is. There's multiple quarterbacks in this draft, not just Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. So in the second round, we could probably draft a quarterback, still get Travis Hunter, either play wide receiver and or cornerback. And what I keep hearing now over the last 24 to 48 hours is the Giants, if they were to draft him, they should use him as a cornerback, and I completely agree with this. Yeah, thank you for getting her out. I shut the door and she apparently came back in. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, so that's my take at the moment. Get Hunter, get a quarterback in the draft, but also get a if Willie meows, we get a blizzard. You, Laura, or me? Remember, you're South Jersey. I'm in Central North Jersey. So you got to specify where we're getting this. Look who's back. It start today. Son of a gun. Yeah, the show's over at the end of this night. It's over. Start today. If you follow me on Facebook, which you probably don't. Which if you follow me on Threads, which you probably don't. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably don't. You would have seen it. The things I have to go through with Start Today and Bucking Blue. Yeah, keep commenting, guys. I will just get back to what I was talking about. Anyway, so the one coach, like I said, I suspect Daboll's going to get this chance to figure out what they got to do. And we're going to talk about it over the next 3 to 4 months, okay, on the new podcast. The show is back and will be done at the end of this night. This is the end, my friend. There was a song about that. Anyway, so let's get to a little more football. Lawrence Tynes, we all remember him, Giants fans. He's at It4Kicks on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. He basically said, bring him home as a defensive coordinator, Antonio Pierce. I completely agree with that. Let's do that. Bring in Antonio Pierce. I think Faka or whoever our defensive coordinator is, he's a nice. You know what? He's a good guy. The defensive coordinator is not the bad guy. He had players. They just got hurt. I don't know. I love the idea, but I don't. You know, like the offensive coordinator, I hear he's getting calls to be a coach. We could use another offensive coordinator. Give me somebody who knows how to do an offense. Put Eli Manning. I don't think he's going to do it, but get somebody who can do it. That's what we need, an offensive coordinator. All things do come to an end, yes, but there is a beginning, which starts today, and Bucking Blue don't understand. As I was saying. Okay, so Jets, coaching possibilities and GM possibilities. Well, I feel one of their coaching possibilities should be their GM possibility. I think Rex Ryan should be their GM. I know he's going back as coach, or at least interviewing as coach. My take is I feel he should be the GM. Let Rex Ryan get his coach to lead this team with Aaron Rodgers and God knows who else on this team. Anything's possible with Rex Ryan. He seems like he knows what he's talking about when he talks on Sunday Countdown. I'm good with that for all you Jet fans. I don't know how you Jet fans feel. What's up, Star? Chazz is on fire today. Last show, he's insulting us. I'm only insulting because you're not listening. If you listen to Chazz will not hate you. See? He doesn't. I don't hate you guys. You just don't listen. You're like my little children, my 10-year-olds that don't listen sometimes. That's what you are. Laura listens, yes. Laura always listens. We go way back. That's why. Anyway, so I wish I had more Jet fans on to talk about this because there's really no other guys as a coaching possibility than Rex Ryan, in my opinion. But I also like him as GM. You want to give him both jobs? I say go for it. What's his name? Belichick did it for a while. Why not? If give it to Rex Ryan. I don't know. That's a possibility. It's sad that this is over, though. Yeah. Okay, stop whining, guys. You guys are whining. Please stop. Let me get through this. 39 minutes, and all you two have done is whine. And next, this is interesting. I found this interesting, and it's a sports thing. And a different Laura would be interested in this. Not you, Laura. A friend of mine from my grammar school, Laura. Joe Biden signed a bill to allow the Washington Commanders to officially relocate to Washington, D.C. Now, I'm glad to see this because they're going to build a new stadium. What I don't know and what I did not read, and it'll be interesting to read, is this to be taxpayers or is this going to be uh, funded by the government? I'm curious, or actually paid for by the team. We'll see on that. 4 comments. Are we still pontificating? Start today. We'll never know your true identity. Of course, we don't know his true identity. No, there's not only one Laura. I know many Lauras. Oh my God, there's not Laura. Uh, there's only one Laura for Mike. There's not one Laura for everybody. I had a Laura. We're divorced now. Anyway, uh, spelled differently too, guys. It's so sad because I'm leaving. I'm leaving this. I'm not leaving the internet. The internet will still have me. That's something you guys have put a grasp on yet. So be prepared. This is a new thing. Washington Commanders officially relocating to Washington, D.C. down the road. MLB stories for the past week. Besides Verlander that I talked about earlier start today. Let's see what else there is. News. No, just news. Let's go to news. I'll just talk about what is on the slate here. Mystery team involved in Sasaki sweepstakes. Well, Sasaki could probably go to 3 or 4 different places. Prospects have the best tools. Front office execs weigh in. Who cares? Mets reportedly meet with All-Star closer Scott. So the closer from San Diego, apparently the Mets are meeting with, and that's an interesting guy for you. You guys kind of need, if not a closer, you need a setup guy. So that would be an interesting pickup for you. Blue Jays land one of these top free agent bats, so we'll see if they do that. 3 players Dodgers could trade if they don't make any more moves. These are odd ones. Who will win the next 10 World Series? I can't even read stuff like that. Execs prospects poll, number 1 prospect top hitter. So we got 2 more comments. Thank you, start today. Yes, Laura, I appreciate you, but obviously you're not my only Laura. I got a lot of Lauras in my life, including my ex. Maybe we run into each other in life. We're both kids. Wow, I can't even put that up, bro. I cannot even put that up. Anyway, so there's not too much going on right now besides Verlander. So we'll see. We're gonna talk baseball. I guarantee in the next podcast there will be a lot of baseball talk. I don't know how much we'll be talking about this, but I will talk to my partner about this. This was interesting last night. This is what Bucking Blue wants to talk about, right, Bucking Blue? WWE RAW debuts on Netflix from Inuit Dome in LA on January 6th. I have a lot to say on this. I have a lot to say, and I'm glad I only have 43 minutes. So here's what happened from beginning to end. Did Bucking Blue actually say something? No, we will. No, sorry, Laura. We'll not cover. I don't think we're covering NASCAR. I'll talk to my partner, and I'll mention his name at the end. But I don't. We're not. He's in Florida, so it's possible. So if you follow me to the next podcast, Laura, mention it. Maybe we'll talk about it. Your team Truex. I used to be what was I? Team I was the UPS truck. Who was the UPS car? You might remember that, Laura. So anyway, I'm going to talk about wrestling right now. Okay? Triple H kicked off the Netflix premiere. Had a little talk, pontification, a new era, the Netflix era. I'm okay with that. Let's get going. So The Rock makes an entrance and he does some talking. He went a little far. He went a little long, but then he went away. Okay, that's fine. Now, the first match, which was very interesting. And another comment. Again, starts today. I'm working to that. I'm starting from the beginning. You heard what I said. I hope you heard what I said. I said I'm starting from the beginning. This banner is staying up here. I'm starting from the beginning. Yes, wait for the banner. The banner is up, but as you see, this is the entire thing. I have a lot to say, so listen if you wish. Now, Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa, which was the tribal combat match for the Ulafala. If you don't know what the Ulafala was, it's the red necklace that the Samoans wear. So, the match was very good. The match, it was back and forth. The bloodline, the new bloodline came in. They got kicked out. Kevin Owens came in, and Cody Rhodes kicked him out. It was interesting. Ends up Roman wins, gets the Ulafala, and what was even more interesting is Rock comes back out and wants to put the Ulafala on him, which was actually a very interesting thing. It was I appreciate that as they're doing this as a family. And if you were watching, you saw that they prefaced a little bit about The Rock becoming this new Samoan royalty. So he's now has a royal name. So for him to put this Ulafala on Roman Reigns as the tribal chief of WWE, then and that seemed to be a very appropriate. And I was very okay with that. So I talk and you guys just talk to each other. Okay. I'll just talk to myself. You guys talk to each other. Okay. So next match. We got John, it wasn't even a match. Next thing that happened was John Cena declares that he will enter the 2025 Royal Rumble match. That statement alone is great to hear that but John Cena talking and talking. It had to be over 5-6 minutes long. It was getting annoying. Yeah, this is a fun podcast when people actually listen to me. Anyway, so John Cena declared he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. I'm curious where he ends up. It does if he actually wins this or not. I honestly wanted to see him say I want to be the number one guy in. John Cena never ages? Yep, not really. No, I mean, the bald spot on the back of his head, yes, but everybody else, no. So next after that, thankfully, was the match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Okay, so the match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan we've been waiting for this for a while, and it was dominated mostly by Liv in the beginning, but then Rhea came back and won this, and thank God. And now we have a new title holder. She never really lost this title in the first place, and now she's won, and I'm glad for her. Congratulations, Rhea. Now, near the end of that, Dumb Dirty Dom, I'm going to call him Dumb Dirty Dom, tried to pretend that he was now following her because she won the title. Well, she kicked him in the nads, and we're all good for that. Now, I either missed this or they did it off the air. When Rhea Ripley goes back, all of a sudden the Undertaker comes out. And the Undertaker gave her some props, which was very interesting. I don't know the connection with Undertaker and Rhea, so I'm curious on that, how that goes forward. Next. See, they show it there. So it must have happened on TV. I just didn't see it. Next, Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. No, I'm going somewhere with this too. Okay, with the matches. So I'm prefacing that. I'm going somewhere with the matches. Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre are going toe-to-toe. And let me reference also when Jey Uso comes in, only on Netflix can someone smoke a bong, not a bong, a stogie or whatever you want to call it, and get away with it on Netflix. That would not have been gotten away with on USA. It just wasn't going to happen. So when Jey Uso comes in, they're all basically high, and Jey, long story short, beats Drew McIntyre in a very it was a quick ending. It wasn't a quick match, but it was a quick ending, which was very interesting. So who was his name? Doesn't tell me who he was doing that with. Okay, yeah, Wale. It may have been Wale. I don't know. So before, okay, so they don't talk about, WWE doesn't talk about this. Very interesting. So I'm on WWE.com and I'm referencing some of this stuff. I don't even know what Netflix or Tyson's behind. Tyson who? Mike Tyson, Laura? I don't know what Tyson you're referring to. Now, Bucking Blue. I will talk about after these comments. Seen Tyson's butt too. What? Okay, Bucking Blue, pay attention. I'm about to talk about Hulk. You there? You listening, Bucking Blue? So Hulk Hogan comes out. Okay, and before the CM Punk Seth Rollins match. 3 comments as soon as I said it. Let's see. I'm trying to keep this kid friendly. Bry, what's going on? Yeah, I'm here to say, yeah, Bry, I'm just about to talk about it, Bry. So here's the thing, and I posted this on my Facebook almost instantly. I think it had to do more. And I'm going to say more because I think there's other things to it. It had to do more with political speeches given by Hulk Hogan that put that California crowd in a frizzy. I think that's what it was more than anything else. I don't think it was the beer. I think a little bit has to do with Hulk Hogan's old and nobody cares about him anymore. I think that's part of it. What I do think more than anything else is this was the biggest mistake WWE made last night. Okay, biggest mistake. And they should never let it happen again. If you know he's that much of a hot, like he's very hot, like to the point where he's boiling hot, and you don't need that. Hogan can stay behind the scenes. You don't need Hogan in. You're gonna have Logan Paul in a little bit. He's gonna be hot enough as it is. That was flat out, in my opinion, political, and the fact that he's 40 years out, 20 years gone from the business, 40 years gone from being relevant. It was just bad. 5 comments. This really got. Okay. Bucking Blue. Bry the biker knows I'm leaving this show. But Bry the biker is my wife's ex-husband. He's the one that helped me with this show. I talked to him about me leaving. He already knows. Don't have to inform him. You're not my Paul Revere. You don't have to start telling people. So last match, it was CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Well, it was pretty much a beatdown and stealing each other's finishing moves, which was very interesting in this moment. But then CM Punk ends up winning this match, which I'll get to that point in a second. 3 more. Tyson as well. I didn't even watch Bucking, just saw the headlights. Headlights. Okay, I'm not. Whatever this Tyson thing is, guys, get your own show. I don't even know what Tyson thing you're talking about. It's not part of my banner. I'm not talking about it. Let it go. Anyway, so CM Punk wins the match and with at least 2 GTSs, go to sleeps as they're called, and that was it. And honestly, two takes from this. I'll get to the comment in a second. 2 takes on this Netflix show, maybe 3. Number 1, no glitches. Good for Netflix. Referencing Tyson, the Tyson boxing match, which had multiple glitches, this had none. Good for WWE and Netflix to figure that out. Number 2, you had 4 matches. Okay, in 3 hours. 4 matches in 3 hours. A bunch of different promos and 4 matches. It was okay. It wasn't great. It was not the greatest thing I've ever seen. It wasn't better than sliced bread. It was okay. Now, what I found weird, and I'm gonna be blunt about this. I am very surprised that 4 baby faces won the matches. I expected one heel. The one heel I expected more than any to win was Drew McIntyre. The other 3 I kind of expected the baby faces to win. Although I could see also Liv Morgan winning that too. I saw it going 2-2 or 3-1. To win all 4 was very interesting, and that's a big take I take on that. I know he's a boxer, but again, I don't watch. If I'm not watching it and I'm not talking about it, there's no need to talk about it. Well, I don't think they're going to do another boxing match. I really doubt it. At least not with Tyson. All right, switching off of all that, switching to this. If you want to listen, listen. If you don't, you don't. I'd like to talk about it because I did watch it. There we go. Overview of the 82nd Golden Globes that was on Sunday. The good, the bad, and what I need to watch. I'll start with what I need to watch. Shogun. Good God. They won the best drama, best actor, best supporting actor, and best actress in a drama. There's got to be something good about this show. Like, I will absolutely be watching that show at some point. And by the way, start today. Got my C4. And, nope, Hawaiian Punch. Anyway, so let's see, winners. Let's go to winners. Best picture drama was Shogun's best TV series drama. So best picture, I definitely want to see, and it's hard right now because it's nowhere in American theaters or streaming services. It's called The Brutalist with what's his name? Adrian Brody. There we go. Adrian Brody. So I gotta see that movie. Nikki Glaser was a good. Yeah, she was good. Nikki Glaser was good. I think Start is gone. He probably is gone. That's fine. I don't care. Start needed to go eat. He needed to go eat. He's done that before. He'll do it again. So The Brutalist was best picture. I gotta see that. I recommend it. It looks really good. Emilia Perez, best musical comedy. I'm hoping that's in with words, dubbed words, because I think Emilia Perez is all in Spanish. So that one for best picture as well. Hacks won for best TV series musical comedy. Hacks has been winning for years, so I think I probably need to watch Hacks at some point. Like that's just crazy how Hacks keeps winning all these different things. Best actor in a movie drama, Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. Actress, Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here. Best actor in a movie musical, Sebastian Stan. For Not the Movie You Think, he won for A Different Man. The other movie Sebastian Stan was in was The Apprentice, about Donald Trump. I want to see that too. Best actress, Demi Moore in The Substance. I want to see that movie. That Demi Moore movie, I wanted to see that before when I saw the trailer. That looks good. And here's all the Shogun people. Best actor in a TV drama, Hiroyuki Sanada. Best actress in a TV drama, Anna Soei. Best actor in a TV musical, Jeremy Allen White from The Bear. No surprise there, but he's doing another movie. That's why he wasn't there. Jean Smart won for best actress. Colin Farrell won for The Penguin. I've only seen one episode of The Penguin. That looked really good. I got to get back to watching The Penguin. And I'll tell you, Colin Farrell looks nothing like the Penguin. Or reverse that. The Penguin looks nothing like Colin Farrell. They do his makeup really well. Jodie Foster won for True Detective Night Country for Best Actress in a TV movie. Supporting actor in any movie. Interesting. Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain. That movie looks good too. A Real Pain with I'll go to it. Who's the actor with? Why didn't... Okay, there's a real pain. Okay. So, why isn't it telling me cast? There we go. Cast of A Real Pain. Jesse Eisenberg. That's the name. Jesse Eisenberg, Kieran Culkin play brothers. Looks really good. I have to see that. I absolutely have to see that. I don't think there's anything in it. Oh, and Wicked one for... See, and this... Thank God they came out with this category. Cinematic and box office achievement. If they had that category for the last 30 years, Star Wars would have won. Avengers would have won. Batman would have won. Superman would have won. All these different movies. Dune would probably win. All these different movies are going to get recognized now for the making the most money and having the most eyes see, these movies. Wicked was one of those top 5 this year. So good for them. 3 comments as I'm ending this topic. Rest in peace, Stern. That's not the rest in peace I did this in the beginning. If none of you saw it before, I do apologize. I did a little memoriam for the guy, my friend who was on the first episode, Steve Fasulo. So if you want to see that, you got to go back to the very beginning of this. Let's see. Chaz, what are your thoughts on Wicked and how Cynthia and Ariana are so bizarre? I actually have not seen it, Laura. I want to at some point. I will see it at some point. I don't know if I'll be able to talk about it. I don't know in the next podcast if we're talking about movies. We might. Don't be shocked if we do. Let's put it that way. It's going to be sports mostly, but there will be entertainment value in it. Okay. So the shows to watch that I will be watching going forward. Well, the show I taped for an hour ago that I will be watching. Will Trent is back. Thank God. Love that Will Trent is back. There are 2 game shows. One specifically, I can't remember the other one right now. Hollywood Squares is back. This was the game show I loved back in my teenage years, or preteens to early teens. Loved Hollywood Squares. It's going to be coming back on CBS. Nate Burleson is hosting it. He doesn't host everything else from Nickelodeon to CBS. So that should be an interesting show. It's 9 celebrities answering silly questions and saying silly things. That I feel is fun. So we'll see what happens. There really isn't too much else. Streaming is what I'm really going to be trying to do. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do going forward. 2 comments. Okay. I'm sure it's good. I'm like I said, I want to see it. Let me get out of that. Okay. Last section. Nope. There we go. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Birthdays of the week. Sunday birthday. Not too many birthdays this week. I'm skipping a couple days because I don't know anybody with those birth dates. So Sunday was Janice Zadarozny. She's now known as Janice Glass. Happy birthday, Janice. She's a Eatontown friend whose father recently passed away within the last year or 2, who was a big-time fire chief in the town, and he will be greatly missed. And he was a great father, from what I remember, to Janice and her sister Susan. So Janice, happy birthday to you. Birthdays today. Alan Doherty played baseball on the same team back in when we were 7 and 8 years old. Happy birthday, Alan. That was in Eatontown. And Gary Emont, he's now in Florida, one of the first of a few bowlers on this birthday roundtable of birthdays. So Gary Emont turned 38 today. Happy birthday, Gary. Tomorrow and beyond. So Thursday. So nothing Wednesday. There's absolutely nothing on Wednesday. So on Thursday, now I have a little shock on this one. Joseph DeToro, my classmate from grade school, says he's 53. When I'm 48 and he's 53. There's an issue with his Facebook post or his Facebook page. And also Mia Harris, if you're a New York sports radio fan, you know Mia Harris. She was on the Fan for a while. She still does radio here and there for different things. Now Friday, I mentioned this on Facebook. I mentioned this in other platforms. There will be a Kawas birthday this week. My brother Kevin turns 45 on Friday. Happy birthday, Kevin. 45. He's only 3 years behind always me. 3 comments. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop right here for a second. I'll put it up. You should have Biker Laura and stuff. Okay, well, Biker has a show, Bucking Blue. He actually has. Bry, if you're still on, you can promote your podcast if you want. I think Bucking Blue would love to watch, especially if he has a wife. And I don't know if Bucking Blue has a wife, but I think your show would be good. And Laura, you might want to watch his show too, because Beth and I are going to watch Brian's new podcast. We're interested in watching to see what him and his wife say. But Brian, if you're on, definitely put it up. I need to find it. Okay, Bucking Blue, you need to find another show. I'm going to give you the show at the end. Laura, please calm him down, please. There will be another show. Yeah. Oh, good. Right. Do me a favor. Put on the comments what your show name is, and I'll put it up on so Bucking Blue can watch you as he's going to watch me, or he should watch me in the next show. Go ahead. I'll wait. I can drink anyway. Or should I go to birthdays again? Maybe I'll go back to birthdays. I'll let Brian type. Bucking Blue, you're my boy Blue. Yeah, but you don't know who he is. Laura, you got to watch it. You don't even know him. You got to watch that. Okay. Back to the birthdays on Friday. Go from my brother, turns 45, to Stephanie Radka. How do I know her? She's my favorite woman who's not my wife when it came to working at Amazon. Stephanie Radka is the queen of Amazon stowers. I'll just leave it at that. If Amazon people watch this, they'll know what a stower is. She was the queen. She was the fastest. 9 times out of 10, I was her water spider because nobody could keep up with her but me. That's how good I am as a water spider. 2, 3 comments. What we got? Okay, I'm going to post it. I'm going to put it right up. Oddly Relatable Podcast. That is Bry the Biker's new podcast that he's starting with his wife. Look it up on YouTube. It's there. I'm already subscribed. My wife is already subscribed. And probably tons of other people have too. It's more of a Brian, you can probably explain it if you want. So maybe Bucking Blue will actually subscribe to it. Who knows? I know Laura probably will because Brian and Laura, I'll back Brian up on this. Brian's an interesting guy when it comes to stuff that he talks about. Okay? So you're going to get a new show. If you like sports, you're going to get a new show. You're going to get 2 of us. Me and another guy who I'm about to talk about. Are you afraid you have 2 of us? Is that your fear, Bucking Blue? 2 of us? All right. So last birthday on Friday, Marco Perez. I worked with him at the Millennium Group in one of my stints there. Another comment. Yes, Bry is a nice guy. Of course, you would think Bry is a nice guy because you just talked to him here and he treats you nice. I talk to Brian too, and I actually see him. Be nice to Biker. I'm always nice to Biker. That's nonsensical. Anyway, next Saturday, Janet Felice. Janet will be turning 60. I will see her tomorrow at bowling tomorrow night. Happy birthday, Janet. Dana Marie, another bowler, but on Facebook only goes by Dana Marie, so I'm sorry, I don't know her last name. Dana will be turning 39 on Saturday. Daryl Botter, another bowler. I bowled with him at Bradley many years ago, back in the early 2000s. Happy birthday, Daryl, 59 years old. And on Sunday, we have 3 birthdays. Jeffrey Hoffman, who has his own podcast. He is an Amazonian brother of mine. He has a pumpkin podcast. He's on YouTube. You can look him up. Pumpkin something podcast. If you're on Facebook, you can find it pretty easily. He talks a lot about different things that are not part of what I would talk about, but I'll push him anyway. He's a friend. So he'll be 46 on Sunday. Eric Wordley, an Eatontown friend from many a year ago when I was in my Eatontown years in my late teens, early 20s. And another Eatontown friend, I'm assuming he's about 46 or 7 years old. He was only a couple years younger than me. No, not 47. I tried 45 or 40. I think he was Kevin's age, actually. In Kevin's grade. So Dave Pulaski, happy birthday to you on Sunday. Now, lastly, if anyone wants to join in the new conversation, contact me at chazzroyalty@gmail.com, and there may be a new email to send a podcast email address in the future, because the new podcast I am moving to is Mike Drop Sports Media. We start our show on Monday, January 20th at 7:30 p.m. My new co-host, and it's just been wanting to happen for a very long time. My new co-host is Jim LaBruno. I cannot wait. We have a practice run on the 13th on Monday, and we go live on Twitch, the app, Twitch, January 20th at 7:30. 5-6 comments. What we got here? How we go? So we got... Wow, he must have looked you up already, Brian, Kate, and Brian. That's interesting. What's Twitch? It's an app. And it's not goodbye. I come back in 2 weeks. How is that goodbye? It's called a hiatus. Name of the show is right. Look straight ahead. Are you on your phone or a computer, Bucking Blue? I'll wait for the answer. Are you on a phone or computer? Thanks, Bri. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've never used Twitch either. That's not been a thing for me. So Bucking Blue, you didn't answer my question. Are you on a phone or are you on your computer? Because you should be able to see that. That's Bucking Blue. Are you talking to Bri about my new friends, or are you talking to me? Because Bri might be a little more open to that. Mike Drop Sports Media was between me and Jim. We were going back and forth for the last 2 weeks to talk about this. This was a thing to do between me and Jim. I'm creating friends on this as I leave. Anyway, so I'm leaving this up for a little bit. Like I said, I want people to see. Mic Drop Sports Media will be the show. We'll be on Twitch starting Monday, January 20th at 7:30. We go live. And we will be streaming on YouTube and every other streaming service that you could possibly think of. All thanks to Jim, because he's actually very good at this on that respect. So he's the technical to my talking. And Jim's a good talker too, because he's had his own podcast. So that won't be an issue. Thank you, Bucking Blue. I hope to see you, because if I'm not yelling at you, maybe Jim will. And Jim is also a Giants fan. Okay? Jim's a Giants fan. Laura needs a show for me to follow. See, I don't know if Bucking Blue is on Facebook. Oh, you're talking about Mike Drop Sports Media. I believe we're going to be on Facebook. We already wait, Laura, didn't I invite you to the page already? I invited about 300 people to our page. Did I invite you, Laura? It's over because I'm starting anew. That's a thing. That's what people do. They start new. Bucking Blue, I'd love to know what you do. I really would. You and Start Today, I would love to know what you two do on a daily basis. Oh, you did get the invite. Good. So then, are you on the Facebook page? I could look it up. I could see. Might ruin my video. Let's see. Let's go to the page. Is I could I'll actually screen the page for you guys. No. Mic drop. There we go. 72 members. I love it. I have 37 subscribers here. We got 72 members already for this. Okay. So let me share the screen. Share. There it is. That's the Facebook screen. Mic Drop Sports Media. Public group. 72 members. We post every day about all different things. This was James LeBruno. He's my other guy that I'm co-hosting with. Several Mets news and notes tonight. Per Andy Martino, industry sources are saying that it's not likely Sasaki is coming to the Mets. He says, no surprise, I always thought he was going to the Dodgers. Per Jeff Passan, Mets are looking into Tanner Scott, which I mentioned already. Per Martino, Mets are looking into Verdugo. Oh, God help you if you get him. Unreal, I have zero interest in him. See, so Jim and I actually have similar interests. New comments. Mic Drop Media is where I'm going to. James LeBruno and myself are the co-hosts for this show. We are going to Twitch. It will be on Twitch. Let me overview. Let's see. No, doesn't say anything there. Here we go. If you look at this on the side here, can't you see my you see my marker a little bit? What we're about. Newly formed sports media brand focused on creating sports content for all platforms. Hashtag MLB, hashtag NFL, hashtag NBA, hashtag NHL, hashtag Mic Drop Sports Media, hashtag Mic Drop Sports Show. I joined Facebook, fame not game. I think we're all set. There's no reason to be sad. I'm not going to be talking to myself anymore. I like that. I like that I'm going to be talking to Jim and other people that. And here's the best part. You can text in your questions. Where is it? This is why I wish I had Jim on this for this. So it's public for anyone to see. Anyone can find this group. Created on January 3rd. James is the admin. I am the moderator. Nothing unusual there. So my wife, James, and 52 other of my friends have joined. That's interesting. I'm happy about this. I love that my friends and Jim's friends have been actually following and up on what we're going to do. And you can see the content. Like he posted an hour ago. I posted 3 hours ago. Okay. About this, about Steven Rodriguez, Yankees reportedly having interest in Gold Glove second baseman Brendan Rodgers. Sean Turner. Question for you, sir. Did you know Kamal? Dude, I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. I'm not even going to discuss that. I'm glad you're happy that I'm happy. I'm showing you all this. Even one of James's friends, Justin Beatty Austin, is posting stuff, which is good because he follows him. There's the Hogan stuff. We talked about that. That probably will be talked about at some point. Scott Boras about using Prince Fielder's 9-year, $214 million contract as a comparison for Pete Alonso to get a free agent contract. Yep, that shocked me a little bit. Gavin Lux going to the Reds. David Wright getting inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Mets Hall of Fame. Athletics getting some cash up. 5 years, $60 million for Brent Rooker. I posted this. I think the better news is that he didn't get hurt in winter ball. It's posted here. Mets pinch runner Luis Angel Acuna wins Winter League Rookie of the Year. I think it's better that he didn't get hurt. No, you can't talk about Tyson now because I'm leaving. Find a podcast that talks about Tyson. I'm sure there's more than a few. Do I know Start? No, I don't. I don't know Start. He would never tell me what his real name was, just like you haven't. Royals signing Michael Lorenzen. That's another one. Can someone explain why the Jets are interviewing head coaches before they interview GM? That was a great question yesterday by Jim. That makes no sense that the Jets are doing that. I know you love Start, but Start's not his real name, Laura. And I don't know how much he started today, period. Craig Biggio's son, Kevin, got a minor league deal with the Royals. Giants owner. We really started doing this earlier this week, like posting back and forth. This is what I was talking about with the New England Patriots. This was the breaking news. New England Patriots fired Jared Mayo. So I'm going back to the beginning. This really annoyed a lot of fans. Statement from Giants president. That annoyed a lot of fans. I talked about this. He got fired. I didn't know this happened 2 weeks ago, but I posted about this. This is actually Jim's college team. Jim loves the Miami Hurricanes. So that's and then you see Mayo released. Will Hunter or Sanders go to the Titans? I think I don't think either goes to the Titans. I think it's Ward. That's my personal probability. Anyway, so as I see everybody's talking about Tyson and not listening to me, I will get out of this. I'll remove that. This is the end, my friends. I hope to see you all on Mic Drop Sports Media, on Twitch. Whoever you are, Bucking Blue, Start Today, Sean Turner, don't know who you are. But Laura, obviously you can, and Brian, I know who you are. You want to stop by and talk about whatever, whether it be weather, whether it be some type of sports. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. Good luck. It's going to be nice not to talk by myself. It's going to be nice to let someone else talk. I'll be able to save my voice. Now, what is also good is we're going for this long term. And this is a long-term deal that we're hoping to do a little bit of that. So, on that note, arrivederci. It's been fun. Now my time is done. And it is time to move on. Peace out. I bid you adieu. And C4. Have a good night. Brian, thank you. And I'll see you all on Twitch in 2 weeks. Have a good night and a good couple weeks.